It's so hot in here. It's summer and the sun is shining. Let's get this top 5 started. What's up, you guys? It's Kenio from BeneathTheMusicDK.com, here to tell you all about how you can release music into the world with an entrepreneurial mindset. Today we're going over the top 5 ways to invest your money in music. And if you want to know my favorite top 5 points, stick to the end of the video and I will reveal it for you. Number 1, music production. The production of your music is not something to take lightly. The outcome of your product is way more important than you actually realize. Because when you're releasing music, especially onto Spotify or iTunes or other streaming services, it only takes approximately 7 seconds for the ordinary people to just swipe or actually stay on your track. People are becoming more and more critical about the product and the way your music actually sounds like. So don't sleep on this one. Of course, you can do a lot of music production from your home. If you want to do that, you kind of have to invest in gear to make, a home studio set up in some sort of way. And we're talking the PC here. We're talking about all the MIDI keyboards. We're talking about the speakers and, of course, a proper microphone. The Shure SMB would be my microphone of choice, of course. If you don't have the possibility to do a home studio, I would actually recommend going to a studio somewhere either in town or the closest studio you can get to, and that can serve you some sort of quality. Number 2, sound engineer. A good sound engineer is hard to pick, and you have to be very picky with this one, because if you're going into a studio and you're like, let's say you play heavy metal and your sound engineer in that studio has more experience with pop music or country music, the fit isn't really gonna be fitting. So the best thing you could do is research the sound engineer that are available in your town, perhaps in your local areas, or you can go to bands that you actually like from your own country or your own local area and see what kind of sound engineer did they use, and see if you can catch up with that person. A sound engineer is not only just someone who is in a music studio. You can actually get the same people out live, because when you're finding a good sound engineer who's been working on your craft along with you and has produced maybe your full album, they know what kind of sound you're looking for. And having them with you on your live shows can be a significant difference between having a live show and a live show that sounds exactly like you want it, because they know you, they know your music, and they know what kind of sound image that you're trying to achieve live as well. And when I'm saying a sound engineer, don't just get someone like a friend of yours who knows a little bit about like mixing and maybe has done a few songs here and there. No, get someone who actually has experience. Of course, you can work on the pre-production with one of your friends who has done a mix or two. That's okay. A pre-production is a pre-production. But the actual results that you actually want to put out there and want people to listen to, invest money in that area. Number 3, networking and events. Sometimes there are events, and there are networking events especially, where musicians and other people from the industry actually meet up and just share interests, share thoughts, share the craft, of course. And it's one of the best things I can actually put on this list is be at those events. Buy the tickets, go there, buy some beers, get some drinks. Maybe if you're not, of course, into alcohol, just to get a soda and whatever. But it's important to be there and networking with these people and creating those relationships. I guarantee it's a winner, because some of the people who are there might actually have the tools you need to get to the next level, and you don't want to miss that. So instead of sitting at home, maybe buying some of those new fancy lights for your next live show, buy some of those tickets and get to those networking events. Keep a schedule. I promise it's going to help you a lot. Number 4, marketing. Don't throw yourself into this one way too fast, because if you try to market something you're not really sure is built up correctly yet, it's just gonna throw money into a black hole somewhere, and you don't want to do that. You want to make sure that your secondary value is on point. You want to make sure that your business model is on point, and you want to make sure that your target audience is clarified enough for you to actually throw money at it. Because if you want to throw, like, say, $5,000, that's a huge amount of money, but it can be very, very effective if you have sorted out these 3 priorities to hit the correct target audience with the correct kind of content. It can actually be one of those things that make sure that your content goes viral. And what do I mean when I say that you don't have to throw money into some kind of black hole somewhere? It's saying if you're, let's say if you're a heavy metal artist who really wants your new song slashing with knives, let's call it that one, and you're throwing it into, let's say, a Facebook ad. The 1 second that your grandma clicks on this ad, likes it or shares it, the Facebook AI automatically can risk interpreting that she's is very interested in this type of stuff, and other people like her will actually like your stuff as well. So it's going to push it towards that direction. So make sure that you actually clarify very specifically what type of audience is supposed to see your ads. I know there's a lot of other YouTubers out there who's done videos about Facebook and Instagram marketing and ads and whatnot. They don't really, like from the ones that I've seen, haven't really specified that particular loophole, that you're supposed to be very specific about who you're sending your targeting ads out to. And if you want to learn more about that stuff, you can actually, take step 3, networking events. Maybe you'll find someone there who knows what they're doing. And number 5, visuals. This one is actually, in my opinion, the most important one to invest your money in, because visuals represent you as an artist, as an individual. Visuals are your branding. It works like a fishing net for your target audience. And when I'm talking about visuals, I'm not talking about new fancy, pyrotechnics or live lights or whatever. We're talking about photography. Get a photographer who knows what he's doing, not just some dude or some friend with a camera. Get someone who actually knows what they're doing and has a beautiful portfolio, who can actually make sure that the secondary value and the visual representation that you want to put out there is actually captured on camera. Because press photos are the one thing that sells you, not just in magazines, but on billboards, on posters, on flyers, everything. And make sure that you only have at least 3 pictures that repeats itself in everything you do, because pictures are working like logos. Imagine if a company changed its logo with every flyer, with every billboard, with every show. That would be so chaotic to recognize. So if you're doing the same thing with pictures, just stick to at least 3 pictures that people will recognize immediately. And besides photographers, we're talking about artwork for your single or your album, and we're talking backdrops for your shows. You might have fancy pyrotechnics, you might have fancy stage lights, but that's not gonna help when everyone wants to remember your name. Just get a backdrop with your name on it and your logo. And music videos, are they still relevant? Well, in my opinion, yes, they are still relevant, because it's kind of like a visual representation of your song. It's actually like the beautiful packaging that you're sending your songs into the shelf with. It's kind of like saying that saying your favorite breakfast cereal didn't come in a box. That would be kind of weird, wouldn't it? Just be a transparent plastic bag with some sort of snacks in it. And the beautiful thing about music videos is actually you can crop it into micro content, and you can use it for your Instagram reels, you can use them for your TikTok, you can use them for posts, you can use them for Twitter stuff if you're still on Twitter as a musician these days. But then again, visuals are important to capture people's interests and to capture people with that wow factor. Thank you so much for watching this top 5. It's my very first top 5. Remember to click that bell and subscribe to this channel. It's for free. The red button is right down below. And I'll see you guys next time. Bye.